saloon at all times. Any unattended baggage will be removed and may be destroyed by security services.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Dad Rail live stream. We will be doing Train Steam World 3, but of course, the Steam Railtour service from Faversham to Dartford, starting on time in about 8 minutes.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dad Rail live stream on the Train Steam World 3 Southeastern High Speed Steam Railtour service with the Jubilee Class from Faversham to Dartford. We will be starting on time in around about 5 minutes.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
Someone may have just pressed the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. We will be starting in about 1.5 minutes' time. 1.5 minutes.
Personal belongings at all times. Any unattended baggage will be removed and may be destroyed by security services.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing this fine evening? Welcome to another Dad Rail stream with me, Richard. We are, of course, doing Train Sim World 3 because that is the big thing at the moment. But we're going to do this a little bit differently today. We're going to do one of the Spirit of Steam layers. We're going to be jumping in the Jubilee Class Locomotive and doing a steam-hauled charter service from Faversham down to Dartford. So that's the entire length of the non-high speed section of the route, but in a steam engine. My knowledge of steam engines is appalling. I'm not very good at driving them at all, so it could be very, very interesting. So who have we got in the chat tonight? Ginty Steam, Gregory Allen, Someone, Ben P, Johnny Simulator Gaming, British Film Guy, GB Spotter, Rowan Plays. Good evening, everybody. And even if I've not mentioned your name, good evening. So we are going to be having all of our usual features in the stream tonight. We are going to be jumping in and out of our Discord server. Fingers crossed it's going to work. Oh, why does it never work for me? Well, the plan was to be jumping in and out of the Discord server. Just trying to fix that. No, it wouldn't be a Dad Ralph stream without something being broken, would it? Right, Discord doesn't work. We're not doing that. But we will be playing...
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We will indeed be playing Locomotive Livery Location, with today's picture having been sent in by Noah Hunt. And I think this is going to be a good one. I think the location is reasonably iconic. There's certainly some things in there that give the location away. And I think the train that's featured in there as well should be reasonably easy to get if you get the right squares. There's a vine boom. Right, okay. Let's play some Train Sim World. To the trains. Train depot. Timetable. So we are going to do the LMS Jubilee. Last played, look, because I have practiced. I've been cheating. And so we've got the Spirit of Steam layer on here. The Spirit of Steam route has had all the new Train Sim World free features added to it. Such as Dynamic Sky, etc, etc. So I need to go into that and have a look at it. But for today's stream, we're on charter services. So 2 services available. We've got 1 Sierra 99, the Spirit of Steam, which is drive this lunchtime special steam hauled Railtour from Rochester to Faversham. So that's the shorter one of the 2. But we're going to do the full route, the Spirit of Steam, 1900 departure. Dinner time special steam haul Railtour from Faversham to Dartford. So like I say, it's the entire portion of the non-high speed section of the line. We won't do it in September though, because if we do it in September, it ends up being quite dark. So we'll put it in July. We'll have clear skies, but we'll put dynamic weather on and see what comes in. Let's hit that get started button. Why that's loading up, this is really bugging me. See if I can get that Discord to work. No, for some reason it doesn't want to screen capture Discord today. That's a little bit annoying. Discord is not working. Doesn't want to screen capture Discord today. No, it's not having none of it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to try and fix that off stream at some point. Never mind though, never mind. We are into game. Let's put the game screen up so you can actually see what's going on. There we go, that would be helpful. 1 Papa 99, 10 carriages, 197 yards, and just shy of 400 tons. So guys, as always, let me know if you need the game audio up or down. I know with the Steam engine it's quite loud. Looking at my level meter there, I'm guessing you're going to need it turned down. So let's jump outside. We are at Faversham. We've got a green signal on the platform to the left. There's a 375 over there, so I guess that's going to be departing before us. And we've got another 375 there as well. So it looks like we're going to be following something all the way. Let's get our doors open. Unlock on the left. And we have our fireperson. Automatic fireperson turned on. Getting to grips with all the firing side of things is definitely way above my level. Desktop audio source, game audio source is down. Let me know how that is. Yeah, CP trains. What's a Dad Ralph stream without a stream element going wrong? Absolutely, CP trains. I do try and pack a lot into the streams with the Discord and games and various other bits and bobs that I want to introduce in the future. So there's a lot on there on a technical standpoint. I was asked a little while ago if I'd do a kind of a behind the scenes tour of the streams to sort of show you what my panel's like, how I control it, how Locomotive Location Livery works in Streamlabs, what sort of equipment I'm using. If that's something you're interested in me doing, then let me know and I can certainly look into doing that. I wouldn't have an issue doing that at all. Rowan Place, that's better. Awesome. Cheeky Fox, saving electricity with a new kettle. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the increased price of electricity, Network Rail are now running steam hauled services across the whole of Kent. Oh, come on. Camera's bugging me out there. That's annoying. All the trains, I don't think there will be a physical disc copy. I think it's going to be download only, unfortunately. Right, off it goes. I'm guessing we're going to get the signal once that's departed. Let's jump in and wait for the signal. But while we are waiting...
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Let's have our first round of locomotive livery location. Baked potato. No, I haven't asked about that. I'm going to feed that back to the developers. Romney Hive and Dymchurch Railway for Train Sim World 3. I mean, come on, that is a great concept. That's a great idea. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see that happen. Pep EMU fans, Steam Railtour service on Southeastern High Speed. Would love to do this from Ashford International. Oh, you mean a steam engine right the way up the high speed? I think that would be really good, but I wonder if the loco would make it over some of the gradients on the route. I think they might be a bit steep. So the other thing as well, guys, if a steam engine was mainline certified, it would need to be fitted with TPWS and AWS. And there's no TPWS and AWS because this is obviously the loco straight out of Spirit of Steam. So I think that's something I'd like to see Dovetail do, is just add AWS, TPWS and a speedo in here as well, maybe bring it up to modern standards. Or better still, release Union of South Africa or Tornado or something like that as a DLC. That'd be pretty cool. Right, we've got one yellow. We are non-stop to Dartford, but there's quite a lot of signal checks on this route. I did have a little play with it, so 2 yellows. Full forward, cylinder cocks are open, brake off, open the large injector to get that vacuum pipe up to 21. That's not too far off. We'll give it a little bit of regulator and see how we get on. 395 arriving on the other platform there. We are off! Dougie Gaming says Amazon are selling them. Zach Green says there is going to be a disc copy of Train Sim World. And there we go, guys. Right, so locomotive location livery. I've got to go with the third number on my screen because that's the way we do things around here. The third number on my screen is number 12. Well, everyone's gone with the same number. Number 12, British Film Guy.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
So, guys, let's give you a number 12. I feel like that might have been a good choice, you know. That might have been a good choice. Any thoughts on that? Do let me know. Right, I never know where to have my reverser on this, so I'm kind of just winging it, to be completely honest with you. We'll do a lot of camera work as well, because it looks pretty. What do we got? Baked Potato says it's a 313. LWL says Northern 150. Southern North says Northern 319 at Preston. Southeastern Rail Production says Northern 150. MCFC Daniel says 319. Rowan Place says 150. There's a couple of people there between 319 and 150. Aeronautics says 769. Southwestern 422. Could be a 150 or a 319, says Ben Clayton. Pig and Bob saying 150 or 319. And Baked Potato BR Blue 313. Be rude for me to tell you at this stage if anyone's right. So we're moving from side to side in the cab because of the corners on the route. Just moving from side to side to make sure I can see around the corners properly. Especially going towards some of the red signals a bit later on in the route. It gets a little bit interesting with not having any visibility on them. I quite enjoy doing the steam on this because I've done it on Spirit of Steam, but the signalling system's completely alien to what I know. And for me, driving the steam engine on Spirit of Steam, there's so much going on, so much to worry about. It's nice to kind of drive it over a route I'm familiar with modern day signalling. So I would really like to have working AWS and TPWS on this. Right, should we get a bit of power in? We're going far too slow. MCFC Daniel, if I'm being honest, I just want a route with a Voyager or Super Voyager. Oh, yes, please. Train driver Sam, hello, welcome to the stream. Northern 769. What's everyone's opinion on 769s? Does anyone have any opinions on 769s? Be interested to hear them. Regulator to 100. Go on, let's whack it up. I'm quite conscious about my boiler pressure. You can't see my boiler pressure. I'm in the way. I really should probably move my camera when I do the steam, and just trying to find the right button to make my camera disappear. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite worried about my steam pressure there. Jude Official, hi Richard, I just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, new subscriber. LWRL Voyager on North East Coast Mainline, that would be lovely. Northern Princess Productions says great idea, not great execution with regards to the 769s. Train driver Sam, my opinion on the 769 isn't polite enough for chat. Very tactfully done, Sam, very tactfully done. For a light goods train, a good idea for the 769. Transport for Wales 769s are very underpowered. Gregory Allen, is the Bluebell Railway connected to the mainstream network? It is indeed connected to the main network at East Grinstead. Incidentally, East Grinstead, I'm going to put my reverser forward a bit, I think I'm losing too much speed there. Incidentally, East Grinstead Station opened its step-free access footbridge this week. And to mark the occasion, the Bluebell Railway brought one of their locos which has never been on the main line before. They brought it to East Grinstead Station. There's a few pictures knocking about online. I would ask someone to post one in the Discord server, but unfortunately that's not working. Come on, we're on the level now. We should be getting a bit of speed. Actually, we're going downhill. We should definitely be getting a bit of speed. Dadwell, I think you need to put the reverser to around 20%. Right, we're starting to pick up now, so I will wind the reverser back to about 50. Callum, good evening. How much do you know about steam trains, Callum? Great to see you. Great to see you in one of these streams, bud. If you have any questions about the East Kent Railway, Callum is the person to ask. CP Trains, Bluebell are consulting on an Arding Line extension. Yeah, I had heard that. And if they can get all the way into Hayward Heath, that'll be phenomenal. The only thing that concerns me about... I mean, if the Bluebell get to Hayward Heath, obviously it's far easier for people travelling from the south to access the railway, because trying to get to East Grinstead is a bit of a bugger, if I'm being honest. But, you know, they're going to have all that additional running costs and all that additional maintenance cost. And is the additional revenue that they generate, you know, going to make it worthwhile? I would like to see it go ahead. 100% I'd like to see it go ahead. But yeah, just have to wait and see, I guess. Right, we're getting there. We're getting some speed up. Let's do some camera work. I am very much still a fan of the way this game looks. I really am. Very, very much a fan indeed. Loving the lighting and the dynamic weather. Steam Gamer, Dadrail, do you have a favourite train? Yeah, not one in particular. I'm quite a fan of Voyagers, and I'm quite a fan of. I was a fan of Pacers. I used to like Pacers. 319s. I used to like 319s. Putting it out there. I've never been on a 769, so I can't say that. So yeah, not. I've got sort of nothing in particular. I would say favourite wise. Right, let's wind that reverser back a little bit further. I'm not sort of sure how far back I should go with it. Someone did say 20 earlier on, but that kind of sounds like a very long way back. Baked Potato, what is your favourite train that you have driven? It's got to be the Class 73. I really enjoy driving the Class 73. Very, very nice loco to drive. Ben Clayton, not whistleboard, not a fan of the steam rail tours in Train Well 3. My inability to use a steam train is what ruins it for me. Yeah, I'm slowly getting the hang of how it drives. I'm not sure if it is actually this slow in real life or it's something I'm doing incredibly wrong with it. As long as we get it to the end of the route, I'll be happy. If we can get it there on time, I'll be doubly happy. I should have been closed my injector as well, shouldn't I, as well? Callum, Pacers are dull to drive. Ah, of course, yeah, because you've got one down at the East Kent, haven't you, Callum? Henry Bluer and Dorian Gaming, new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Great to have you here. Someone wants a flyby shot. Yeah, we can most definitely do that. No tail lamp on the back either. That's very bad. No tail lamp on the back. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Noah Hunt. I love any Braille unit if I'm honest. Gregory didn't mention the 377. I don't mind the 377s. I wouldn't say they're my favourite, but they're unless you've got like a 3+2 seating. They're reasonably comfortable, they're reliable, they do the job. They're not bad trains, to be honest with you. They're genuinely, they're not bad trains. Not at all. Daryl Henry, any advice for someone trying to become a train driver? I have applied to Greater Anglia twice so far and no luck. Was looking at CTC, but no trainee positions as yet. Daryl, my advice to you, depending on your salary requirements, is to get a job with a train operating company in any position you can and then apply as an internal applicant. If you look through train driver vlog playlist on my channel, if you haven't already, you'll find a few videos in there, how to become a train driver, how hard is it to drive a train, and bits and bobs like that. Some of them are a little bit dated now, but it's still quite relevant. Of course, yeah, Ben Clayton and Baked Potato. Yeah, I remember from Spirit of Steam, you do have to do the tail lamp manually. So that means when I go through a station that's got station staff, someone's going to phone up and report to the signaller that there's a train driving with no tail lamp on it. So we've got 77 of you lovely people here tonight. It's absolutely great to have you here. You know what I'm going to say. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. I think we've got a level crossing round here somewhere. I don't sign any of this bit of the route at all, so I'm purely kind of winging it. Oh no, we're coming towards Sittingbourne, aren't we? I think this is Sittingbourne. One of the really nice things as well would have been, when you do rail tours and special services, would have been to have train spotters and cameras and tripods on the station and line side. That would have been a really nice touch. Just to give it that little bit of atmosphere there. Supertram 103, welcome to Dadrail, new subscriber. New subscribers coming thick and fast. It's great to have you all here. If this happens to be the first video you've seen by me, then my name is Richard. and I am a freight train driver and a former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. I have 4 wonderful children who have no interest in trains, apart from one of them, and that is where the Dad Rail name comes from. It's a bit of a weird name, Dad Rail, so I kind of feel that the need to constantly justify where the name comes from. Yeah, great to have you here, Supertram 103. Welcome to the channel. Davidoff, yeah, Mum Rail's very well, thank you. She's at work at the moment. She's at the hospital, NHS staff doing her bit. Officially, Charles, if only you could add headboards in Train Sim World, especially for Railtours. Do you know what? That is a really good idea, the idea of having headboards. You could do something in like Creators Club, couldn't you? You could like design your own headboards and add them to the locos. That would be a really, really sweet touch. As Callum says, hello East Kent Signal here. Sittingbourne station staff reporting no reds at the back of your train. Normally if you're driving a class 73, they do that at East Croydon. They say no reds at the back, and you're like, it's a 73, it's got blinds, it's got roller blinds and 40 watt light bulbs. Yeah, see the thing you've missed, Callum and Sam, who are both train drivers incidentally in real life, the thing you've missed is the complete and utter lack of GSMR radio. The signaller has no way of communicating with me. This is a completely illegal move. Daryl Henry, Deborah, have you ever driven into London Gateway Tilbury, and do you drive 66s? I do drive 66s, but I've never been into Gateway or Tilbury. I go sort of Willesden Junction and then south from there really. So I don't sign the North London line past Willesden. So yeah, never been over in that direction. So we're getting a reasonably clear run. When I done this earlier, I was running on yellows and reds for most of the journey. Maybe we have dynamic signalling as well that they haven't told us about. Callum Cuxton are the same with the 73 reds. Robert just did the steam service from Rochester to Faversham, so that's the one in the opposite direction. It's got the half-an-hour run and loved it. Brilliant. I have a child coming down the stairs, probably going to my kitchen to raid food. I think I just must be going far too slow and the train in front's just got away from me. So while we're chugging along on green signals,
post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
Play a game. And don't forget, guys, as well, if you want to win a copy of Train Sim World Free, if you want to win a copy of the game, if you don't have it yet, on any platform of your choosing, then we are running a competition over in the Discord server. You've got another 2 days to enter that competition. You head over to our Discord, there's a link in the description below, and you'll find details of the Train Sim World Free giveaway over there. What have we got numbers wise? Got to go for the third one on my screen, that is the rule. LW Rail, number 23.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Let's give you number 23 on the bottom row there. Here we go. Tactile paving and a platform, not much to go on there, guys. So the first time, I've got to ask this question. The first time I played that sound effect, someone said to me, Vine Boom. What is Vine Boom? Where does that whole thing come from, guys? Right, 2 yellows, no AWS. So if you're not looking where you're going, you're going to have an incident. Let's get a little bit of break in there. Northern Class 319 at Stockport says officially Charles. We've got 1 yellow, probably need to get some more break in. don't want to spad. Come on, that would be a that would be a really bad thing to do on stream, wouldn't it? 100% brakes. Come on, please. Pull up, pull up. That's going to be alright. That's going to be alright. Regulator is shut, isn't it? Yeah. Don't remember the brakes being this bad. Right, I'm going to release that because that's going to take ages to release. I can't even see where the red signal is at the moment. It's going to be right round the corner on the left-hand bend where I can't see it. So let's fully open that injector. See if we can recharge that brake pipe. I should have done that a little bit sooner, actually. Recharge that brake pipe. We want the vacuum to be up to about 21 inches of mercury, I think is the measurement for vacuum. I could be completely wrong. And now I'm powering up to a red signal, which is never a good thing to do. Need to put the reverser forward a little bit as well. Close the injector. So if I'm cheating, it says on the HUD there that our signal's cleared, but that would be cheating if I was going to refer to that. So I'm going to assume it's still red until I can actually see the thing. Rowan plays, the Vine boom is a meme sound effect. Right, brilliant. At least I know where it comes from now. Keith Jones, why do people pick the bottom row? One yellow. I think we're coming towards Rainham, I want to say. Like I said, I've not got a great deal of route knowledge on this line. 2 yellows. Okay, so I've closed the large injector, that's good. We're running on yellows. Not having that AWS, if you're not looking out the window, it's going to be really easy to miss the signal. You really do rely on that AWS. Electro Bolts 2020X, welcome to Dadbrow, new subscriber, great to have you here. Maxwell, unlike you to be late, you're normally the first one here, Max. Eagerly waiting. Ben P, hopefully no tea and biscuits. I've got a thing for that. Let's see if this might not work, but I've got a thing for that.
I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea.
I don't know if that's coming out or not. I don't know if you're getting that.
I don't drink tea.
That's what we're saying to tea and biscuits. I found that earlier. Jack HST Productions, how many coaches am I pulling? Doesn't tell me on there, does it? Does it tell me on there? We've got 10 vehicles in total, so I should imagine that's the loco, and then 9 coaches. Echo, echo, echo. Yeah, I need to. When I press the button for sound, when I press the button for voice mod to play something, it wants to keep my microphone on through voice mod. So when I press the button, I need to program it to turn the microphone, the direct microphone feed on, off and have the voice mod microphone feed only, if that makes sense. RNGD XFN has subscribed, new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Right, we're back on greens. Let's get her going. Hope for the best. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam. Can I have Jaffa cakes as opposed to biscuits? Yes, you can. Is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake though? I mean, it's small like a biscuit, but it has a soft bottom. It's a soft bottom, marmalade-filled, chocolate-topped item. But is a Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake? I mean, personally, I think the clue is in the name, Jaffa cake. But then that's like saying, is a Kit Kat a chocolate bar or a biscuit? So, you know, this is where I need the Harry Hill sound, isn't it? Fight! To try not to overdo it with the funny sound effects. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh right, we're back on yellows, 2 yellows, there we go. Which is quite nice because it makes the run much more interesting. I feel like you'd kind of just be opening the regulator and letting the train go, so by getting signal checks constantly makes the drive a lot more interesting. Most people going for cake there. LW Rail is being controversial and saying a Jaffa cake is a biscuit. England Bull has got the right answer. It's a biscake. You may have invented a new word. If biscake isn't a thing, it certainly should be. Robert, put the reverser to backward and close the small injector and put it on max brake for an emergency application. So for an emergency application, I need to close the small injector. Right, I will remember that. Gregory Allen, a biscuit goes soft when it goes off, cake goes hard when it goes off. Very good point. GJ Barnard says biscuits are hard, cakes are soft. So Jaffa cakes are cakes. Where do we stand on the chocolate bar debate then? Kit Kats, are they chocolate bars or biscuits? I mean, technically they're a biscuit covered in chocolate, like a wafer biscuit covered in chocolate. Maxwell, about 1400 earlier I saw a Railtour train in the park sidings. No idea what the loco was, it's the houses and trees were in the way. It was 67s on that, Max, because they tooted as they went past my house and woke me up earlier. I got woken up by the Green Goddess going past my house, the 101 Thumper unit. There's worse ways to be woken up though. Right, we're back up to greens. Let's try and get a flyby on the level crossing. That'll be quite nice. Should we face the train? Let's face the train. It's looking nice. Look at the lighting on that. It is beautiful. It really is beautiful. I am a fan. This is Chatham. Is this Chatham or Gravesend, this one, guys? Like I say, I have zero route knowledge here. Zero route knowledge. Yeah, baked potato, the Hastings unit is what woke me up this morning when it come rattling past my house, making a lot of noise. MCFC Daniel, yeah, it does look gorgeous. They've made a really good job of the lighting on there. Very good job. Right, 2 yellows in a tunnel. Well, let's just shut off. Do we want to give it a bit of brake yet? We're doing 43, 40, yeah, we're going downhill, so we'll drop a little bit of brake in. So I'm going to put the brakes up to about 60% and then I'm going to release them straight away afterwards. So what that should do is reduce the vacuum pipe which puts the brakes on. Then the time it takes the brakes to charge up, we should lose a little bit of speed, but hopefully not too much. So even though I've got a full brake release in at the moment on the handle, we're still dropping speed because the brakes haven't fully released because the vacuum hasn't come up. Right, 1 yellow. Is there a 50 coming up as well, which we are well under? Try not to overcook it on the brakes here as well. That's the kind of key thing with this. That and the poor visibility. Try not to overcook it on the brakes. Right, so we get the large injector fully open now. Try and get that brake pipe down the bottom there. Trying to get the vacuum back up to 21. So we've got a full brake release. Probably need to jump over to the other side of the cab as well and kind of see if I can eyeball that red signal. There's the AWS magnet for it, so we can't be too far away. No AWS though, would be really nice to have AWS. Red ahead, red ahead, red ahead. I'd rather be... Someone said something to me the other day, which I thought was a really good saying. Never run up to a red, always walk. And I thought that was a really, really sort of good way of putting it. Never run up to a red, always walk. Right, step 3, DRA, neutral. We don't have DRA, we don't have step 3, we don't have neutral. We do have neutral, but we'll be alright where we are. So, prepare for departure. We'll put the reverser full forward. We will open the cylinder cocks. Ah, there we go, we've got 1 yellow.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
So, let's release that brake, fully off. Large injector open to get that vacuum up. And we will play locomotive location livery. Pulling against the brake there. Two yellows. Okay guys, locomotive location livery. What have I got? Third number on my screen is Ben Clayton with number 4.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
I've got a funny feeling there might be something, I'm not 100%, but there might be something in this which is going to give you the location as well. This may be the square that wins the game. Ben Clayton, box number 4. Ah, no, it's not that square. I think everyone's going to get the locomotive from that though. Possibly the livery as well. Vine boom. Oh, nice and bright in the cab with that fire going there. Bit smoky. Almost unanimous there. Maxwell was the first one in, Northern 319. Jack HSD Productions, Northern 319. Lots of love for Northern 319. Robert, have you ever been in a sleeper train? Do you know what? I haven't, Robert. I would really like to go on the sleeper, but I've not done it. Let's close that large injector as well. We should probably be doing that. No, I've never been on that. Riley says it's a Polton Laflide. Keith Jones, Southport, 769 at Southport. Southern says class 319 at Blackpool North. Crouching Tiger here at Hidden Adam says it's Cambridge North. Someone home of Dovetail Games, so that must be Chatham that we've just gone through. Lovely. Keith 769 at Southport. Pleopatty 15, Northern 319 at Northern England. You're not wrong there, it is in the north somewhere. It is in the north. Can't see absolutely nothing in the tunnels. The tunnel lighting is pretty realistic and pretty decent, if I'm being fair. It's as expected in a tunnel. Tunnels are very dark. Right, 1 yellow. So I sort of know where we are now. So our red's going to be at the end of the old platform at Rochester. So I believe we're going to curve round to the left and hopefully I should get some sort of visibility on it. You watch, I'm probably completely wrong, aren't I? Yes, we're going to curve round to the left up there and I should get some sort of visibility on the red. Let's drop a little bit of brake in there. So on and then straight off. Looks like our signals come off as well. Yeah, we've got 1 yellow. Red is at the end of the platform at Rochester. Walk up to a red, never run. We're doing 20, so that's about right. That's a good speed to be doing. We like 20. We like 20. What have we got? England Bull 319 Hazel Grove. Pep EMU fan, Manchester Victoria. Gregory Allen, double negative. Shame on you. 1 yellow, red ahead as we come into Rochester. Ben Clayton thinking of electrified northern routes. Keith Jones, those feathers look like they are all lit up. It's exactly the same in real life with feathers, lunars, flashes, depending on whereabouts in the country you're from. They've all got different names. But if you get bright sunlight behind them, the same with traditional colour light signals, i.e. non-LED ones. If the light's reflecting on them at the wrong angle, it can completely wash the signal out and make it look like every single aspect is illuminated, which can be quite interesting. 2 yellows. In which case, what you do, if you're not sure of the aspect of a signal, you stop at the signal and then call the signalman and ask what it was. Ginty Steam, you're chancing the aspects. No, we're doing fine, we're doing fine. I should probably close the cylinder cocks though, shouldn't I? We've got those open. Right, 2 yellows, so our red is going to be just before Strood. We're back up to 21, so we'll close the large injector. As we come across Medway Bridge, that is looking... let's try and get a nice flyby shot with the bloom and the lighting. The evening on Train Sim World 3 looks beautiful. Rochester Castle up in the background there. It really does, look at that. It really, really does. Ginty's team chasing the signals, yeah. Do you think I'm chasing the signals? I don't think I was chasing the signals too much. Right, we've got 1 yellow, we've got a position 4 junction indicator. Our red is kind of just round the corner as we go down the hill. It's a little bit of an awkward one as we come across Medway Bridge. So we can look down at the new water effects. Oh, we've got the submarine in the harbour as well. That is a Russian submarine. There was a thing a little while ago. It was a Russian submarine with a Ukrainian flag on it. It's an ex-Cold War submarine in the harbour at Rochester, if you're not aware of that. And it had a Ukrainian flag flying on it. And it was all over Facebook. It was like, it's the only Russian submarine in the world to be flying a Ukrainian flag. Maxwell, Discord is broken. It's not working. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Right, oh, we're going to spad this, aren't we? Come on, come on, come on. Brake, 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 brake. This is the trouble with the poor visibility. Oh, we got a little bit of distance there. We had a little bit of space. We'll hold it there. I should imagine in real life, signallers don't like stopping trains on this signal. Because you're literally blocking up the whole line there. You're blocking everything. So I should imagine in real life this wouldn't be a signal they like to stop trains on. They'd probably hold you back at the junction signal, so you're not blocking the what will be the down Chatham. We've got 1 yellow, so we're heading towards Strood. So release the brake, fully open on the large injector. It's not good practice to power against the brakes, so I'm kind of looking at my brake cylinder and my vacuum pressure, and I want the brakes to be almost fully released before we start applying power. Otherwise you're just pulling against the brakes, which is not good for the locomotive, it's not good for the passengers, it's not good for the brakes. Makes a horrible squeaking noise, it's uncomfortable. Rowan Plays, can you do wheel slip? You most definitely can. If we jump into an outside view and I whack the regulator wide open. There we go. It doesn't like it though. It doesn't like it. Bad driving. Right, 1 yellow. Red's at the end of the platform at Strood. Quite a steep downhill gradient as well, so my favourite saying at the moment, let the train take the strain. So I'm assuming we've got a red ahead, although the HUD says we haven't. I'm going to be a good boy and drive properly and assume that we have until I know otherwise. To be honest with you, there should be an off indicator there, which isn't illuminated, which would say that I have still got a red. The banner repeater is in the off position, so we know we have got the signal. So we can release the brake. I keep leaving the large injector open. I need to stop doing that. That's not good practice. Guys, we've reached 100 viewers in the stream, which is awesome. So if you haven't already, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing. That would be lovely. Too much speeding, baked potato. Yeah, my apologies for that, definitely. So we can have a look back down the train as well. If you saw my 66 video, that's one of the things I mentioned. Locomotive haul trains, what we like to do, or what is mandated in the rule book is that we stick our head out the window. Preferring to do it on a curve like this, so we can see right to the back of the train, and try not to get your head chopped off in the process. We've got a light here as well, haven't we, in the cab? Try and get my view sorted out. There we go. Yeah, our nice cab lamp. Right, let's get going. We've got a green signal up ahead. I can just about make that out. We are good to get going. Probably want to get that reverser wound back a little bit. And we are in Strood Tunnel. We have Strood Tunnel, we have a little break in the middle, then Higham Tunnel. And incidentally, these used to be canal tunnels.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
MCFC Daniel, I'm trying to find a speed where I can just go into a station at only brake step 1 without crawling. I'm starting on the 377 and the closest is 31 miles an hour for a 12 car. That works, Daniel, until you've got a downhill gradient, or you've got an uphill gradient, or you've got a bit of slippery railhead conditions. So it's to sort of find an exact speed, it's really difficult. You can find a roundabout speed. You kind of get good braking points where you get a rough speed and a rough idea of what you want to be doing. But to kind of get it dead on, I suppose in a simulator you could have a set one for each station and a set braking point. That would work because the simulator is always going to be consistent in the way it handles. But in real life, units have slightly different brakes and stuff like that, so it can be quite difficult to kind of get a definitive sort of definitive speed. Callum, look at you, someone has been route learning. I don't sign this bit, Callum. I sign Hoo Junction upwards towards Dartford. I don't sign any of this that we're going over at the moment. I've just kind of played it too much on Train Sim. Right, who have we got, guys, number-wise? We're going to go with Jack HST Productions. He's going to give us number 7.
Let's play locomotive livery
So, where are we?
location.
Number 7. Well, there's a little bit to go on there, location-wise. A little bit to go on location wise, guys. Yeah, Callum, I kind of want to say that when you went route learning this particular section of track, did you not sneakily do your route learning on some sort of Railtour train and went and cabbed a Railtour in order to route learn it? Convenient timing that was. Robert, in real life, how does the driver know how fast the loco train is going? In real life, we have speedos. But this train is straight out the Spirit of Steam add-on, which is based in the someone's going to correct me, 1930s or 1940s or 1950s. And that was pre-speedos on trains. So you've also got no AWS on here, you've got no TPWS, nothing like that operational, because the loco has just been ported straight over. So for a steam locomotive operating on the main line today, it would have TPWS on it, it would have AWS, it would have speedos on it, and if you drive for West Coast, you don't worry about any of those things. All views and opinions in this video are solely my own, may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Let's say that quickly. That's a bit close to the mark there with a West Coast comment, maybe. I'm sure they didn't mean to. British film guy, 1950s, yeah. Ah, very common knowledge, Callum. Very common knowledge. I just think it's a clever thing to do, Callum. I'm just jealous I didn't think of it. Pepe EMU set fan is saying Manchester Piccadilly. Keith Jones says it's not Southport. Exploring all UK stations. Hi Richard, was on this today in real life. Awesome. England Ball says Northern 319 at Wigan Northwestern. MCFC Daniel, TPWS and AWS operational. Alex Robinson, welcome to Dan Brown, new subscriber. Great to have you here. Northern 319 Manchester Piccadilly. Haddock Man, no AWS on steamers, not on this particular one. This is a straight out the 1950 Spirit of Steam routes. It's not fitted. Steamers on mainline today would have AWS. In order to be mainline certified, then there need to be AWS and TPWS fitted. I won't repeat my comments about Who Junction, guys. You know my thoughts on the way Who Junction looks. It's nicely populated, but Who Junction is the main line's there and Who Junction's up here. It's not the same level. That's my biggest gripe with Who Junction on here. And I think we should have the Isle of Grain branch modelled as well, so we can do some proper freight services point to point. Give us a decent run in the 66. Baked Potato, TPWS is train protection warning system. Callum, no, I don't think you did hear that correctly, if you're referring to my West Coast comment. I don't remember saying that. Just trying to keep up with your chat, guys. There's a lot of people into that, which is brilliant. Super Tram 103. Did you see Network Rail posted today? It was a boy who threw his bike onto the train. Do you know what? I did see that. That was absolutely disgraceful. That was absolutely terrible, wasn't it? Yeah, if you haven't seen that, guys, Network Rail put a video out on Twitter of some kid going onto a station and chucking his bike. It looked like quite a nice bike as well. Obviously highlighting the dangers of the railway and stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of disgraceful behaviour, it really is. Let's find the nice vantage point. There's a foot crossing up here, isn't there? Sort of. Some of the free cams are a bit buggy on this, actually. Sure I didn't. Right, we've got a 50 coming out and then we'll be 30 through the platform at Gravesend. I do sign this bit of route, so I've got no excuses for not knowing what the speeds are. We're uphill as well, so that should take a little bit of the speed off. I did say in my Class 66 video, some of the gradients don't affect the trains in the way that I would expect them to. But it's pretty good. I think only a driver would notice that, really. I mean, we're going uphill, the train's slowing down. Like, for example, going through Gravesend Station on a 66, the curve through the station absolutely kills your speed. You have to keep the power on through there. And doing it on Train Sim World, going through there, it was actually picking up speed. So it's sort of doing the opposite to what I would expect it to do. But, yeah, not a problem or a deal breaker. It's probably something only a driver would notice anyway. So we've got the 30 coming up. Just want to make sure I don't overcook the brakes. That's the key thing now. We are still on a slight uphill gradient. Looks like the dynamic weather's been pretty fair with us as well, so it's stayed clear throughout the whole journey, which has been quite nice. I think every journey I've done so far where I've had dynamic weather turned on, it's always started raining. The dynamic weather seems to favour the rain. See if we can get down for this 30 without overcooking it. Almost. Oh no, look, that ought to do. Bang on. Right, let's get those brakes charged up. Probably need to wind the reverser forward a little bit as well. Trying to do lots of nice scenic flyby shots. People on the platform with tripods and cameras would be a nice touch. That probably looks better from that direction, actually. So we're still in the 30, then we're up to 70. We stay at 70, then pretty much all the way to just before Dartford. So not too much longer on this stream now, so let's see if we get this locomotive location livery done. Tilly Patty 15, do you think train sim trains have too good acceleration and braking? Not particularly, no. No, if I'm being honest with you, some of them the braking and acceleration characteristics are not great. Some of them are very good. So it's very much locomotive dependent. Max! You're the third one on my screen. Number 16. Let's try and get that location, guys.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
I don't know if number 16 is going to help you with a location. There is one of those squares there which has got a dead giveaway to the location on it. Let's give you number 16. 10 seconds, guys. Give me the locomotive livery. And most importantly at this stage, that location. Any ideas? Let me know what you're thinking, as always, guys. As always. And I'm also going to give a little plug for our Discord photography competition. So if you're not in our Discord server already, there is a link in the description below to join our very friendly online Discord community. And we do run a weekly photography competition over there, and there is a chance to win a Dad Rail mug. You can win a Dad Rail mug in the photography competition, or you can buy one from the Dad Rail merch store. Very overpriced, I'll be honest with you, but that's the way Teespring works. So, photo of the week goes to Hayden S. Our theme was Metro and Underground. Very well done, Hayden S. Lovely picture there. And our theme for this week is on-track machines and test trains. So head over to the Discord server if you would like to enter. Supertram 103 has got Northern livery at Blackpool North. Ginty Steam says crew. Jake HST Production says Northern 319 Blackpool North. Robert, the video of the bike on the track you will find on the Network Rail Twitter feed. Northern 319 says someone. Southern says Northern Class 769 at Blackpool North. Rowan Plays is going for 319 Blackpool North. Crouchy Tiger's going for Deansgate. England Ball 319 Polton-le-Fide. Keith Jones not Deansgate. No crew change occurs there. Keith Jones, it could very well be Hazel Grove. I think a couple of people have got it right now. There is one square in particular in that locomotive location livery that is just going to give it away completely. I just think the lighting is beautiful. It really is beautiful. as we come through Swanscombe. Chugging away nicely. Callum Lang, it's a northern train at a station somewhere. Haha, do I win? Callum, it's funny you should say that because Sam was in a stream a little while ago and he commented for the locomotive location livery. He put a train on a track somewhere. And normally he would have been right, but that particular day it was a Sheffield Super Tram. So it's probably the only time he'd ever be wrong for saying that. Super Tram 103, Dabra, what would happen if a train was to hit a bike? So it's going to probably cause a lot of damage to the underside of the train. You've got power lines, you've got air lines and all sorts running underneath the train. So there's a good possibility it's going to rip all those apart and the train's going to come up in a heap and it's going to cause damage. There's a very good possibility that the bike's going to get knocked out of the way by the train. It's going to get flung up in the air, could come down and hit someone. All sorts of things could happen. There's a possibility it could even derail the train. You know, it just... so much could happen. So we are downhill towards Stone Crossing, then we start climbing up. So we're going down towards Greenhive, all the way downhill to Stone Crossing. Then once we get to Stone Crossing, we start climbing up towards Dartford. Ross Hawthorne, out of every easily available train simulator, which do you prefer? I'm in the Train Sim World camp, I'm afraid. I like Train Sim Classic, I like that there's a lot of content for it, but I really like the way Train Sim World looks. I'm kind of just bought by the graphics engine, if I'm being honest with you. The simulation experience is good. It's better in Train Sim World 3 than it was in Train Sim World 2. If you're talking from a driving perspective, then go for OpenBVE, because as a driving simulator, that is the best. Physics-wise, but Train Sim World 3 is... I'm probably preferring this over Train Sim Classic, if I'm being completely honest with you. Right, so we're going to shut off the power. We've got 50 coming up at the top of the hill. Hopefully the speed's going to run out a little bit. We might need a little bit of brake to bring it down for the 50. We'll see how it goes as we get a bit closer. Yeah, the bike versus train. The train is definitely going to win. It's going to win, but it's going to cause some damage. It is definitely going to cause some damage. So, guys, as we are getting near to our destination, I think we've probably got maybe one more round left in this.
Post your numbers now for locomotive livery location.
So we've just bust the 50. Let's get a little bit of braking. So we've got a 40 round the corner, then we need to worry about the 20 actually coming down into Dartford itself. Someone at Dadrow, have you ever driven a vintage locomotive? I drive class 73s. I would class those as vintage, 1960s built. I think they're vintage. As we come round the corner under the M25, 2 yellows on our signal, so the red is currently at the end of Dartford. I'm not going to put the large injector on because we've got to get down to 20, so the fact that we're still slowing down is good. We will need a little bit more brake as well for the 20. Who have we got? Someone would like box number 5. Box number 5 you shall have. Let's get down for this 20 first, and then we will play locomotive location livery. So there's our 1 yellow. Red is at the end of the platform of Dartford. We're going into platform number 2 as indicated by the theatre box. Speed is still coming down. We'll drop that vacuum off a little bit more, so literally just dropping the vacuum and bringing it straight back up again. Open the large injector to recharge that up to 21 pounds per inch of mercury, or whatever you measure vacuum in. And I will give you number 5 on locomotive location livery.
Let's play locomotive livery location.
Giving you number 5 guys. Giving you 5 guys. Do like 5 guys. Prefer it to McDonald's. Don't think that's done much for your location, guys. There is. Someone has already got this right. I can tell you the first person to get this right was Southern. Southern, if you're still in the stream, you were the first person to get this right. I'm gonna give you something now, which is gonna give it away. I'm gonna give you box number. I think it's box number 1 that you need. No, it's box number 3 that you need. It's not even that. It must be box number 2 that you need. Maybe it's number 6. There's one of these boxes. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. That gives it to you. If you can't get it from that, guys. If you can't get it from that, there's no hope. Right, get some brakes in so we don't spad as we come into Dartford. Whee! Right, cylinder cock's open. We'll wind the reverser all the way forward. And unlock to the left. Oh, that's a nice scene. Look at that. In actual fact, I might screenshot that. There we go. I like that a lot. That looks very, very pretty. Very pretty. Ginty, maybe we need all the boxes. I'm just going to keep pressing them. I knew it was one of them. Kevin Graham. Wow, so easy if that got revealed. Yeah, definitely. Jack HST Productions. I think it's Sheffield. They've moved the Eiffel Tower. It's Vegas. It's Las Vegas, really. It's at Paris. It's at Paris. I can't remember the name of the train station in Paris. It's not Blackpool. It's Paris. As Ginty Seam says, it's clearly a 319 in Paris. Hey, gold medal attempt, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else. Gold medal attempt. Loving that. And we are 7 minutes early. What is going on? I've only been live for 1 hour 10 minutes. Or streaming 1 hour 10 minutes. That is good. Not too bad. Right, okay.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
I'm sure we've all got it now. Southern was the first one to get it right. Thank you very much, Noah Hunt, for sending your picture in.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
That is, of course, a Northern 319 at Blackpool North. And if you do want to send me any more pictures for Locomotive Location livery, you can do so. I'll be very grateful to receive those. You can send them as a direct message to my Discord, or you can send them to my social media channels, which will appear on the screen any second as soon as I press the button. There we go. So we haven't been going for very long, guys. We can end the stream there. Or I'm proposing that we jump into the Class 66 and do a live stream on the do a run on the 66 Dartford back to Who, possibly. Let me know in the chat what you would like me to do. It is entirely your call. I will let you decide what we're going to do. As I just go through and kind of play with it. Maxwell says 66 to Who Junction. Baked Potato, LW Rail, Southeast Rail, Rowan Plays. Why would we choose to end the stream? I guess you're enjoying it then, Southern. You should do. You got the Locomotive Location livery right. 66, 66, 66. Be the first 60. I done 66 on stream on Train Sim World 2 and I was not impressed. Daniel Bowler, looks like you're trying to summon the devil there. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. All the sixes. Callum Robinson, welcome to Dad Round, new subscriber. I will do the 66 run, guys. We will do a 66 run because it's only about 20 minutes and then we'll call it a night because it's only 20 to 10, so I'm good for time at my end. I'm playing golf tomorrow. I have a company golf day, and I can't hit a golf ball to save my life. I had 75 balls on the range earlier, and it's not good. It's not going to be good. Yeah, I'm going to do a 66 run, but so far we have gone the whole stream without tea and biscuits for the manager. So I'm going to if I get tea and biscuits with a manager driving a 66, a train I sign over a route I sign, that's going to be a really bad end to the stream. So there's no pressure. Pressure is like, it's up there. It's intense. It's intense. Right, let's load it up. It's the wrong colour though. It's a red one, but it doesn't matter. We'll allow that. I think I should do like a creators club competition. Try and get someone to do like a dad rail livery for the 66. That'd be pretty awesome, actually. Right, we're already at Dartford, so let's remain at Dartford. Have we got... I'm just going to put this out there. I'm just going to put 6 Yankee 4-4. 6 Yankee 4-4 is not grain aggregates to Crawley New Yard. 6 Yankee 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. No. That isn't what that train is. 6 Yankee 4-4 isn't Eastleigh to Who Junction. Have we got any Class 7 services? No, they're all Class 6. Should we actually go into Who Junction this time as well? So if we do Angusteen, no, that's going to be going all the way to Strood. Eastleigh East Yard to Who Junction. Drive this mixed MFA freight train from Dartford to Who Junction. That'll do nicely. We'll do September. We'll put the weather to light clouds as well and see if we get some dynamic weather effects happening. Callum, it isn't. Yes, it's, I'm sure 6 Yankee 4-4. I'm sure 6 Yankee 4-4 is the Eastleigh Tripper. I haven't done it for a little while, so. It's 6 Yankee 4-4, 7 Yankee 4-3, I want to say. 7 Yankee 4-4 is Eastleigh to Who? Yeah, but it normally runs as a 6, doesn't it? There's no 7s in there, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Never mind. Right. Wait for a moment. So as I said, I'm tripping over my words. If you have seen my 66 video that I've made on Train Sim World 3, quite impressed with the 66. It's pretty good. There's a lot that's still not right about it, but it's very playable and it's enjoyable, which is the main thing, really, isn't it? So we are 245 yards. To get yards to feet, I reckon it's about 3 foot a yard. So 245, we'll call that 250. We'll do 750 in our train length counter. So train length, enter 750. In reality, when you press enter, I think it puts another 5% onto the total length. So that stayed at 750. But in reality, once you press enter, it will give you another 5% on top of that. We'll put the screen on data meters as well, because that's how we tend to drive in real life. We're in the number 1 cab, which is useful, so we can put our AWS, TPWS and DSD back in, which is always good. What I'm going to do is turn the game audio up a little bit as well now, guys, so just let me know if that's okay. We'll set our daytime running lights, and keying is always good. And what we want to do is check that all of these switches are in the up position, particularly the isolation switch. That's the important one there. They're all important, but particularly the isolation switch. So we're going to direct brake, full service, and then we're going to recharge the automatic brake. Good evening, Joe. Welcome to the stream, bud. How are you doing? We can see the airflow indicator coming back. Normally that would take a lot longer to come back, but we've got a green, so we're going to put it into forward. We're just going to give it 2 notches of throttle. Check that we've got amps, the amp gauge is coming up, and then we're going to release the straight air brake. And then what we're doing in reality on here, yeah, that's quite a nice touch. So what's happening there is the brakes have not yet released at the back of the train, which is why we started moving. and then we've come to a stand. Because on a freight train, the way the braking system works, the brakes are going to release at the front of the train before they release at the back. So what's happened there, we started pulling forward, and then where the brakes are still applied at the back, it's brought us to a stand. So that's why we only apply a little bit of power, applying a little bit of power until the whole train's rolling, which it is now. And then we can start powering up. We're 20 coming out of Dartford. How much weight have we got on this train? Does it give me that information there as well? 1,357 tonnes. So we're not massively heavy, but we're not a light train by any stretch of the imagination. Well, we're a light train by American standards, but by UK standards, I would say this is kind of a mid-weight train by UK standards. Supertram 103, what is your favourite 66 to drive? I'll be honest with you, Supertram, once you've driven one, you've driven them all. They're all the same, bud. They look different on the outside, but on the inside they're all the same, really. So we're 20 coming out of here, and you can see the speed limit's going to go up to 40 over 50. We've got to take the 40 because we're a Class 6 train. So we're going to press and hold the train length button. Beeps at us to tell us it's armed. Then we're going to press it again, and it should start counting down. What we would normally do is arm the train length indicator before we go past the sign, so it's already armed, and then as we go past the speed increase, we actually press it down. So you can see it counting down there. And once it gets to 0, it will beep at us. There's a nice thing with that as well. Depending on what speed you're doing will depend on how many beeps it gives you. That's pretty much what you would expect it to do. So here's one of my bugbears with the 66. It is massively improved from Train Sim World 2, but I think it might have already been acknowledged, they need a completely new model for the 66. They need to do quite a lot more work on it. It's very playable now though, which for me is the main thing. Compared to how it was in Train Sim World 2, it is now very playable. But if we jump outside and blow the horn, and then we get back inside and do the same, the horn is far too quiet on the inside. Gets a little bit better if we open the windows. So left-hand bend, guys. What we want to be doing is having a little look back down the side of the train. We can't stick our head out in the simulator, but what we can do is we can just jump into external view. If you're wanting to drive it properly, that is. And what you're doing is you're just checking there's no sparks coming off the wagons or no smoke pouring off them, making sure everything's there and everything's following as it should be. You could, if you really wanted to, go over to the second man side, because you do have a DSD holdover button. So you could kind of go over to the second man side and look out as we go around the right hand bend there. And what we also want to do at 30 miles an hour is do a running brake test. So what we're going to do is we're going to start running the power back. And we make sure we pause in each notch as we're taking the power back. Only for a second or half a second or so. We just got to make sure we do pause and we don't go all the way back. We're going to stop in step 1 for a second until the amps drop down. So there we go. And then we're shut off completely. And then we're going to apply the brakes into initial, and we want to see a 10 miles an hour reduction in speed. And that's known as your running brake test. The brake performance on this is pretty decent as well, if I'm being honest. It's decent in so much as it's realistic. It's realistically... the brakes are terrible. Realistically terrible. So yeah, we dropped into initial brake there. Minimum of 30 miles an hour at the first suitable opportunity after starting your journey. Minimum of 30 miles an hour. You want to check the brakes are working. You want to see a reduction of at least 10 miles an hour in speed. So we've got good timed brakes on this as well, which means the brakes take a lot longer to apply and release. So 23, I'm going to release that there. By the time the brake pipe recharges and the brakes release at the back of the train, that'll probably be doing about 20. hopefully. Stake my professional reputation on it. As long as we get down to 20. Go on, go on. Oh, right, okay, we'll take it. 21, it's fine. Yeah, so we get the power back in. We're going to start climbing uphill in a second, up towards Greenhive. Baked potato, what does the train length actually do? So what the train length actually does is we program our train length into here, and it'll tell us when the back of our train passes a fixed point. So for example, our speed limit's 45. If we had a speed limit going up to 60, we'd have a board say where this thing in the track is here. We'd press the button as we go past it, and then once the back of the train is clear, the train length indicator would beep at us, telling that we're able to accelerate. So it's basically an indicator just to tell us that the back of the train is clear of a set point. Dadrail, turn on the hot plate and pretend to cook your lunch. It works. The switch works anyway. So this is one of the thing on the 66, guys. This is true to life as well. Some of the switches are really unergonomic. For example, here is your windscreen wiper switch, and to get to that in reality, you've got to lean sort of forward and over. You need to actually pretty much get out the seat in order to reach the windscreen wiper switch. It's really not ergonomical at all. And to turn the heater on and off, we have an offside signal at Greenhive there, that's off. To turn the heater on and off, the heater switch is actually that round thing down there. So if you're sitting in the driver's seat getting warm and you want to turn the heater off, sort of trying to reach down there is a bit of a bugger. So 104 of you lovely people in tonight. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. If you have come expecting me to be driving a steam engine, we have just finished that and we've gone into the 66. So if you want to see the steam engine bit, jump back to the beginning of the stream and have a look at that. Yeah, there's a few bugs with the sound as well. It seems to cut out at random intervals when it feels like it, which is a little bit irritating. Callum, are we allowed to do that in real life? Use the holdover button. I do. I guess so. I do. Jaden Kirk, yeah, really enjoying Train Sim World 3 at the moment. I think it's a vast improvement on number 2. Dynamic lighting, the weather, train performance, yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. That's my personal opinion of it. Ross Hawthorne, what would a second man's job be? So we don't have second men or second woman or second person, I suppose would be the correct term these days. Except on nuclear trains and trains that are hauling sensitive goods, then you might have 2 people on the train. But most trains will operate with just 1 person. But back in the day, the second man or second person, it was basically a driver's apprentice. So you would do 4, 5, 6 years as a second man, sitting next to a driver all the time. If you had routes like the Dungeness branch where you've got level crossing gates which are operated by train crew, they'd need to do that. There'd be certain other duties as well, sort of shunting duties and bits and bobs. But generally speaking, we don't have second man anymore, second person. Callum Rich said I could. Dadra, how many hours is a train driver allowed to drive in a day? Depends on who you work for, I guess. As a general rule of thumb, 12-hour shift maximum. But then obviously within that 12 hours you've got to have your breaks and stuff like that, so probably probably 10, 11 hours maximum driving hours in a day. So we're coming around to Springhead Road Junction. Our next speed will be 30 before we come through Gravesend. Maxwell, do you think Ashford to Charing Cross and Cannon Street would be a nice addition to Train Sim World? Yes, I do, but that's because obviously I'm down in the southeast, Dovetail are down in the southeast. I personally think we need more routes in the Midlands. I'd like to see a decent UK route with overheads, AC, West Coast Main Line, East Coast Main Line. I think would be a really, really nice addition. Midland Main Line. Give us a 700 and give us the Midland Main Line. Let's have an East Croydon to Bedford extension through the Thameslink core, ATO operation, ETCS through the core, change over at Farringdon or City Thameslink or wherever they do it. I think that would be a really, really nice addition. And of course 700 Rainham to Dartford, you can run it on the Brighton Main Line. Just putting it out there, I would almost be prepared to put money on the fact we will get a 700 at some point for Train Sim World. Again, and I'll make it perfectly clear, I'm not privy to any special information on that. That is wholly my opinion. I reckon we will at some point see. I reckon at some point we will see a 700 for Train Sim World. Right, we better get some brakes in for this 30. The next signal is incorrect as well. This next signal will show us in real life a 0, a 1 or a 2. The indication we are probably going to get on this next signal in game will be a D for down. However, when Gravesend Station was remodelled, this signal was changed. So yeah, we've got a D. I'm guessing Dovetail signalling diagrams were a little bit out of date. In reality, you would be getting a 2 off of there because we're going through platform 2. Because Gravesend used to have a through road, it never had a platform 0. It used to have 2 platforms and a through road. Yeah, so what I've done there, guys, is I've put the brakes on too heavy and I haven't released them quick enough. So I've got power on, but my brakes are still on at the back of the train, which is why we're slowing down. So that's bad driving and not anticipating on my part. Ross Hawthorne, does 66 have a dead man pedal? Yeah, it does indeed. Just about there. British Film Guy, I think it's going to be a bit of a wait for a 700. British Ace, I'd like to see the East Coast Main Line south, maybe up north, but loving it on Train Sim. MCFC Daniel, in the Voyager, 13 hours to Aberdeen from Penzance with about 30 odd stops and just a few miles. That would be an epic route, wouldn't it? That genuinely would be an epic route. Penzance to Aberdeen to Penzance. Wow. Yeah, that would be some Train Sim route. Can you imagine trying to live stream that in one go? It'd be like a 24-hour live stream. I probably should be doing this HUDless, really, shouldn't I? Being that I signed the route. Let's try and be brave and do it HUDless. I think that might be an idea. We can certainly try it. So we're 40, then 45, then we'll be into Who Junction in not too far away from Who Junction. So what you had there as well, guys, that's incorrect to real life. If a 66 wheel slips, the engine will not kind of rev or fluctuate like that. The engine stays constant. 66 wheel slipping will give you a horrid screeching noise in reality. So we can use our train length indicator. Press and hold to arm, we get 1 beep. As we go past it, press and hold and we get our countdown. I'm already speeding, as you can see there, doing 41 instead of 40. Yeah, so that was naughty of me. I was speeding. Should have only been doing 40 till we were clear. I done that on purpose so I could play everybody's favourite jingle. Completely intentional. Completely intentional. Then I can do this one.
I don't drink tea.
I need to program that onto the stream deck. Ben Clayton, no, I don't think that was the power changeover. I think that was wheel slip. The field divert comes in at 36 miles an hour, and I don't believe that's modelled. I'm speeding again, look, it is 45. I should be doing 45. Let's get some brakes in. We should get one yellow on the next signal as we're coming down towards Who Junction. And then we'll see the approach control in operation as well, approaching Who Junction. Yeah, the brakes are realistically bad on these wagons, which is really good. GJ Barnard, don't start all that again. Can you have tea and cake with the manager as well? Tea and Jaffa cakes. Yep. Yeah, so there's our one yellow. This, in reality, it can get very foggy along this stretch of line, and our next signal, the red, is quite a way off. It's just by Who Junction, and trying to judge your distance from the one yellow down to the red can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes. It genuinely can. So there's a couple of little landmarks we look out for as we're coming along. So one of the things you've got is these kind of raised up, this is a real life situation as well, these kind of raised up stanchions that you can see here, the boxes. So we're sort of looking out for those as we come in. And then we've got a ground position light, the back of a ground position light signal, which is just coming up. And we want to be aiming to be no more than about 20-25 as we come past that. And you'll see that in the fog as well. If you're doing 20-25 coming past that in real life, then you're going to be alright for the signal. Because like I say, going towards a red, it can be really difficult sometimes to judge your speed on long distances in the dark. It's dark and foggy, you see a red light ahead, you slow right down and it's miles away. So the other thing we look out for coming towards the signal here is the third rail swaps sides from right to left. It doesn't do it here, it's not modelled, but in real life the third rail swaps from right to left. And that's where your AWS magnet is. You want to be doing about 10 miles an hour at that point. So driving a freight train, we're looking to be doing 10 miles an hour across the AWS magnet going towards a red signal. I'm going to be well over that by the looks of it. This is a bad drive. I'm better in real life, I promise. It looks like we're actually going to be stopped as well because there's a 395 coming the other way. This is why, guys, approach controlled signals. You should never ever assume an approach controlled signal is going to come off, because this signal here going into the yard is approach controlled, which basically means that it won't clear until we get close to it. But as you can see, there's a... Oh, we've got the signal. Wow. The signalman... This would never happen in real life. The signalman, or signal person, or signaller has held a Southeastern High Speed service for a freight train to go in the yard. So this signal here, 2 white lights and an RE. RE for reception. If you're going into the sidings on the left, which is the down yard, you'll get a BS, which is ballast siding. This is what I mean about dovetail accepting feedback, guys, as well, because this signal in the beta, this signal was wrong. It was giving you a UY and a DY up yard and down yard, and I sort of fed back to them that signal was wrong. Callum, I believe you were the one that kind of told me the indication for the ballast sidings, because I'd completely forgot it. Yeah, so I kind of fed that back to them and they changed it. So they are quite open to kind of changing things. It's a shame I didn't notice the one at Gravesend, because if I told them about that one, I'm sure they would have changed that. So we're going onto the reception road at Who Junction with 15 miles an hour going across. And and it's just starting to rain, that'll make the shunter's day. The shunter can come out to you in the rain. That's the only trouble with playing with a HUD, is I'm never quite sure where what my power position is. Of course it says up there, doesn't it, on the... That's a poor excuse poor excuse from me. Callum, you're welcome for the Bravo Sierra information. Thank you. See, this bit of track here going into Who Junction in real life is uphill. You are going uphill into Who Junction. This is not on the level. And of course, going into a yard as well, we want to flip our lights over to yard work. And what would happen going up the little hill there is your speed would just drop off. You got the little shed there, that's where the shunter hangs out. So as you're going past there, you just get your instructions from the shunter coming into the yard. So they'll tell you sort of up onto the reception road, take the loco off, do this, do that. LW Rail, hi Dad, I'm 12 and I want to become a train driver. There is apprenticeships for LNER at my local depot. Would you suggest this as a career choice? It's entirely up to you, bud. That is your choice. I've got a few videos on the channel about train driving, how to become a train driver. There's a whole sort of vlog series which gives you information about the job and bits and bobs. So I'd suggest you go and check that out. It's probably the best advice I can give you, really. So let's go down to the stopping point. See if we can stop this in the right place. So there are 114 of you lovely people in tonight, which is really great to see. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really does help me out. Being there's 114 of you in, I should imagine we've got some new viewers. If this is the first video you've seen by me, then my name is Richard. And I am a freight train driver and a former passenger train driver based in the southeast. Hey, Ben Reynolds! Thank you very much, bud. That's very generous of you. It's not having that. I need the HUD on now so I can see what position my controllers are in. Overshoot. Look, wheel slide. The wheels have locked up. It's actually sliding. That was actually sliding. Brilliant. Love it. That was a really terrible drive, speeding there. Bronze medal material. Not a problem. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. So there we go. That is the end of tonight's live stream. Thank you very, very much for joining me. If you have just joined and you're wondering where the steam train is, go back to the beginning of the stream and you'll find where we've done the steam Railtour service. Great to have so many of you in tonight. It's been absolutely brilliant. If you want to, you can join our online Discord community where we talk about trains, planes, aviation. We've got a couple of drivers and other railway staff in there who keep diaries, including Alex, a German driver, and we've got a Dutch driver whose name I can never remember, so I apologise for that. And you'll find an invitation link in the description below for that. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and subscribe. That would be absolutely brilliant. If you want to send me any pictures for locomotive location livery, send them via a direct message on Discord or via my social medias, which are on the screen for you right now. Ginty Steam, 3/4 of pay. Yeah, I've just put flats on that loco. Brilliant. The next live stream, guys, will be in a couple of days' time. I've got a day out playing golf tomorrow, which I'm absolutely terrible at. I can't hit the ball to save my life, but I'm going to go and play golf because they promised me bacon sandwiches and a roast dinner at the end of it, so it's worth it just for that. You know, Fat Richard and all that. There we go, guys. If you want more Train Sim World free content, I do suggest you go and check out British Ace and some of the other YouTubers. I've got a video I've done in the 66 as well where I sort of talk you through it a bit more, so do go and check that out. Normally, I don't have enough time before the music starts, and I've completely timed it the opposite way this time. So yeah, do go and check out the other videos. Check out the British Ace and some of the other YouTubers as well, some of the content they've done on Train Sim World Free. Hope you are very much enjoying the game, and you enjoyed the stream, and I shall see you all